So hi, yeah, it's good to have you, Mrs. Victoria Okorie. Thank you for joining us. Before we start, I think I'll just touch quickly on the NAPE International Conference that takes place annually. So I think one of the things that I like about the conference is that it's the most cost-effective oil and gas conference in the world, where you compare the benefits against cost. You get leading oil and gas executives, government and professionals in one setting. You have management sessions, technical session, African night that even appeals to the international audience, networking, award, all for £120 per attendee. That's really cost effective. Of course, there are some add-on fees like here for the short courses and also for the field trip. So today we would speak with you. I think we want to hear more from you, since you're one of the member of the organizing committee working on making this conference successful. So my colleague and I, Mrs. Somime Oguntola, will speak with you. Before we start, I will just introduce myself formally. So I'm Okpayemi Ibokun. I'm the director of Agile Petroleum. We are into geomechanics and well engineering. And also I'm the NAPE UK Europe Chapter Publicity Secretary. It's a pleasure meeting you. I'll hand you over to Somime to introduce herself.
Thank you, okay. My name is Somime Oguntola. I'm a QI geophysicist with SNEPCO. So over to you.
Thank you so much. So yeah, thank you, Mrs. Victoria Okorie. So of course we know you, but our audience might not know you. And thank you for the amazing work you do here at NAPE. So we would like you to introduce yourself. How long have you been a NAPE member? When was your first NAPE conference?
Okay, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to meet with you guys. My name is Victoria Okorie. I'm lead scientist with Chevron. How long have I known or been in connection with NAPE? Officially, 2004, that makes it 17 years. But prior to that time, as a student, I used to attend. I would just accompany my elder sister, who also is a geologist. But yeah, she's the geologist and a NAPE member as well. So then I would just accompany her to Abuja, because then it used to be Abuja venue for the conference. And she would invite me over from school. My first experience actually was right there in Abuja. It was so electrifying, for lack of the right words. That was my very first time attending a conference that humongous. Geez, but that's engaging. And I just got attracted to it immediately. I just loved it immediately. And I would plead that she tells me, please for my flight to go over, But it's been really a good experience for me connecting with NAPE. It's been a win-win, actually, because not only have I learned quite a lot, I've also given. So it's been a win-win. And that's how it's been. The relationship with NAPE has just been there for over 17 years, yeah. Okay.
Wow. 17 years, that's a lot of years. And of course, yeah, I think it's a beautiful story hearing, you coming from, from the university background. That was your first introduction to NAPE at Abuja. And right now, of course, yeah, the conference takes place every year now in Lagos. And right now, 17 years after, you add in a lot of committees, making this conference a success. And of course, these committees are very, very important committees. For example, one of the committees which we will speak on, we will speak on them, of course, here tonight, during this interview. So one of them is the African Night, short courses and summer school, and the field trip. So how did you become the head of these committees? Of course, yeah, if you don't mind taking us through that journey, of course, we know that you started, of course, you joined NAPE at a young, while you were in university. But how did you become the head of these committees?
Okay, so I think passion, all driven by passion. I started off when I joined NAPE, even prior to becoming an active member. I started off as a volunteer, okay? Then I worked on the Elliot works for Shell at that time. So that was how I just started working for them, volunteering, doing all usher, carry this here, put the files here, arrange all the booklets here, that's how I started. Then I started merging that with it was the first social event of the conference, and that was the African Night. I started that off in Abuja, yeah, and I was working under the leadership of Adgaji, that's his name, a geologist with ADAX. I think he's still with ADAX. And then it happened that we relocated, as in we started having our conferences here in Lagos, right?
Okay.
So it became right for us to be cost effective about planning the African Night. It was brought up at that time that they would need to bring down the vendor, the entertainment vendor, and I kind of subtly objected to that because I became so passionate about NAPE, like it was my personal business. I was trying to save my association. And so Ajisha then said, okay, you work with me closely on this because by next year I will be handing over. And this was as at 2010 or so. So 2011, we handed over to me, and that was how I started doing the African Night thing. And I've been pretty lucky having the right set of people work with me, people that are really innovative, people that are passionate about Africa. Africa is so blessed. We're diverse, no doubt, but there's strength in our diversity. You'd agree with me, So with the set of people that I've been working with, it's been year after year, something new, something new, something new. And that's how I've held on to doing that. Of course, from time to time, I try to stay at the back end to ensure that my committee members do more. You get what I mean? I just may supervise here and there, but I would want them to, because I do not like micromanaging. So yeah, so that's how we've been with African Nights. And how is it going to look this year? Is that what you want to
ask? Sure. Yeah, you could. Please do.
Okay.
Touch on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last year we tested, because of the global pandemic situation, we tested the African Night. I know we're all social beings as humans, right? We engage more and we are happier when we meet the people of like minds or not like minds. And we just build relationships, right? We connect. Now, because of the global pandemic of last year, we turned it around and made it a virtual experience. People loved it. Now, COVID is not gone yet. So this year, you all know that the conference will be hybrid delivered, yeah? Yes. So our African Night as well will be hybrid. We would have a few of us at a hotel and would have some people log on from their devices. It promises to be really entertaining. Trust me, you would have every reason to love Africa, love Nigeria in particular. I'm not a spoiler, so I'm not going to go past this. Just eventually or confidentially, okay? The rest assured.
So you can't just give us one thing, one little snippet, like, just oh yeah.
Just know you
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Yeah. I think I've attended the international conference, and of course, yeah, African Night it's one of my favorite. Looking at the other committees that you also add in, of course, the short courses, the summer school it's very, very critical. I think, yeah, as earth scientist working in the energy space, that includes oil and gas. Of course, NAPE, the motto is we find, ideas. Yeah, exactly. finds oil and gas. So with that said, for young professionals, students, and even experienced professionals looking forward to upskill, why should they attend this year's conference and also the short courses on offer? And if you don't mind, I don't know if you don't mind sharing what are the short courses too that that have been planned for this year.
Sure. So I will start off by quoting what a mentor once told me, and that has stuck. He said, Victoria, ensure that you are not a mirror image of what you were in January by the end of the year. So if you have that mindset, that means you have a growth mindset, right?
Yeah.
You want to. We have so devoted resources, energy, money, everything to ensuring that this year's conference is in November to remember. For students, for professionals in the industry, the academia, what have you, we have you ready and you're going to be happy as far as you come with an open mind to unlearn, relearn, and adapt to the changes evolving around us. Yeah. So for the short courses, we are going to straddle machine learning, geomechanics.
Interesting.
Yeah, geophysics, formation evaluation, unitization along, across the straddled fields and all. I mean, we have like about six short courses that will be happening. So if you come with an open mind, a growth mindset, be sure that you will not be the same just before you got in as against when you came out. So you're going to come out enhanced, greater competence, and you have us to thank at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I think I would at this instance, I'll hand you over to Mrs. Oguntola to continue with the interview.
Thank you, Okorie. Yeah, Victoria, it's been a great time hearing your responses. Fantastic work so far. Like I said earlier, it's a tough one handling 3 committees, but I can see you're pulling it. You're pulling it through. So I will go quickly now on the next phase. So we would like to hear about the third committee you're heading, which is the field trip committee. Can you please tell us tell us a bit about it, like specifically a bit of detail around what the plan for this year is, considering the global pandemic that is still with us. And of course, we are at the end of the year and all that, security risk and all of that. Can you just throw some light into that as well? Thanks.
Sure. So you would all agree with me that technology is evolving every day, right? And there's a common saying that the best of geologists is the one who has seen the most rocks. That is so true. It requires more than that, though, and thanks to technology. So to ensure that we do not lose sight of our field experience, right? My team and I have come together, and we started this last year, actually. We've come to prepare the field trip this year virtually using technology. All you require to come with, just like with the short course, is an open mind, and then you have your device. Ensure you have your device because you're going to have a virtual reality experience with us. Okay, the flyers are out already, so just go register and be prepared for it. We're having it on the 12th of November. It precedes the conference. So, and we have great scholars in the house to put us through. There'll be good instructors, facilitators. I mean, I've got the best team. I pride about that. I tell my schools, I don't know about you all, but I have the best team. So just come. They are ready for you guys. Just come. Have fun. It's going to be immersive. It's going to be engaging. It's going to be so knowledge-based, but not so much that you leave loaded, but loaded and light enough to implicate, or should I say, utilize the experience even back then at school, when you go back to school, or when you get back to your workspace. However way, you are going to go back richer knowledge-wise when compared to when you got in. Okay? So that's the much I will do.
Thank
And again, I'm not a spoiler, so I will say no more. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see a lot of effort must have gone into planning for this. I mean, getting a virtual field trip must be something that would take a lot of your time in planning, and I hope it comes out successful at the end. So based on all of this effort.
Sorry, just to mention, in case you're wondering where exactly we're taking you guys to this year. I mean, some of us have heard Downward Basin, the Eastern Downward Basin. I keep hearing, oh, it's really wide. It straddles down from the western part of Nigeria, even down to Ghana, Togo, and the rest. Yes, you're going to experience that, but you're going to experience the part within the southwestern part of Nigeria, the eastern portion of it. And that's where we'll be going this year. So you just come prepared and learn new. You're going to learn new, okay? So come prepared, all right?
Nice, nice. I guess this year's field trip will be worth talking about afterwards. My next question is, so considering all of these efforts that must have still ongoing, I believe, and all, how many people do you actually anticipate to register or to come for this conference? Because what I've noticed is that most virtual sessions are pulling in more audience compared to physical events, you know, because you can stay in comfort of your home and dial in and all of that. So what is your anticipation? How many people are you expecting for this year's field trip? What's the outlook?
So last year we had over 200 or so, 250 or so. I know the publicity team, they're doing a great job pushing it out there. With what we have prepared, we are expecting participants in their hundreds, and we're making it very flexible. Like you rightly said, you can log onto your device and you're with us. So we're expecting hundreds, yeah? And the rates are pretty good. I mean, so it's attractive enough to pull hundreds. So we're looking at a minimum of 300, but we know we could get more, yeah. Okay.
So nice. Thank you for those responses. I will now hand you over to Ope to continue with the other section of the interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Oguntala, for that. And also to thank you, Mrs. Okorie. Yeah, I think, of course, we had the opportunity to interview one of our past president, Mr. Nosa Omoredon, FNAPE, who referred to the conference as the Olympics for all oil and gas professionals. Of course, not only in Nigeria, in Africa, and also in the world. And of course, yeah, we do agree. Of course, looking at, what's on package, the management sessions, the technical sessions, African night, of course, all work and no play. You need to play, you need to, of course, balance it out. And the field trip, it being virtual. Of course, I know some people might argue in terms of it's good to have the rocks, like, yeah, you can touch and feel the rocks, but still, you have a great understanding of, like, yeah, the concept, like, okay, the stratigraphy and all that, the geological concept. So it's still the Olympics. It's still the Olympics of and the Olympics for oil and gas professionals. So with this in mind, and also too with the amount of work that you've put in, why should others, people who haven't even thought about NAPE conference, annual conference, why should they attend this year's conference?
All right, so why should they? Because, like I said at the beginning, because you have a growth mindset, because you want to be better than what you were, because you possess what others would die to have, and you want to enhance and grow better, right? You want to be there. Because if you don't, you'll be breaking my heart, to be honest, because we have it ready for you. We have put in our sweat, our blood, and everything, literally speaking. Honestly, we have it ready. It's super packed for you to make you a better geologist, a better professional, a better you. So you do not, I repeat, you do not want to miss this because it's going to be in November to remember. Okay.
Thank you so much. And I think to add that too, for maybe prospective attendees who are interested in in the marginal field, of course, yeah, the Nigerian government just had the marginal field round, and also to even the recent signing of the Petroleum Industry Act, of course, bill, which is now an act, there might be prospective investors looking at coming in, looking at attending NAPE. So, NAPE conference. The African Night is a great networking session where you can also meet with government, with the government. Also, they attend NAPE. So this is this is a great opportunity for.
Just take that from me. It's in November to remember.
Yeah,
you are going to be so connected. You are going to be so connected.
Yeah.
I'm not a spoiler.
Yeah. I'm trying to push you, but you're not trying to get my bait.
Just be rest assured. Be rest assured. You're going to get value for it. You're going to get true value. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So before we leave, I would like you to give us an outro, if you don't mind. A short outro.
Yeah, I already said that I said a bit of that though, but as a geologist, as a professional, we want more. We yearn to be better, right? I want to be better. I wake up wanting to be better than I was yesterday. And I want to believe I'm speaking on behalf of everyone watching right now. Now, if you fall in that category, then hop on. Go quickly, go register. You have the links already on the social media handles. Go register, get ready. Put data on your device. If you're going to come physically, you better hurry up. You better hurry up because we have limited slots of physical attendance, right? Hurry up, get ready. And remember, it's going to be in November to remember. You don't, you'll be breaking my heart.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time chatting with you. Thank you.
Same here.